on drop-down widget. Oh, why does it do that? It updates the stream title and then re-updates it to like the wrong title. I don't understand. Probably some programming thing. Well, that's on their end though. It's not my fault. I gotta take a look at that again. Let me just edit the title myself. Okay, I think the title is working now. Yep, that updated. Good. Alright, I think YouTube is up. One more thing I want to test really quick. The chat may be down for today's stream. I don't know. Let me say welcome. Do I even have the chat? Yeah, the chat's not working on the... Okay, give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay, so I guess chat's just gonna be broken. Oh my god, what's up with my cat? Okay, chat might be broken for a bit on the stream for today. I'll try to get that fixed by next stream. But yeah, I don't want to stall the stream too much more than it already is. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, sure. So yeah, welcome to the Game Engine stream number. Yeah, I'm not even trying, guess. Today is February 14th, Valentine's Day. It is a Friday. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and check on some updates. So, for off-stream work, or how do I say? Let me start with the second bullet point. I'm going to be continuing the work on the drop-down widget today. I didn't do much work on the drop-down widget itself off-stream, so we're pretty much just going to be picking up where we left off on Monday, right? Off stream, I did work on some code, but it wasn't related to the UI. It was off stream work on a new data component in the engine called the global state, which is basically just the game state. Just it's gonna have a few improvements on it. It's something that I've been meaning to do, but I just haven't had like either I wouldn't say the time, but like I just didn't have the focus to fix it before. But now I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me deal with this now, because the longer I put it off and I don't deal with the issues with the current game state, the more it's going to become a problem. If that makes sense. And also, I don't know. I've been working on UI. It's for some reason it makes me so tired, so I have to take a break off stream and work on something else. But again, we're still getting pretty close with UI. It's almost done. And yeah, hopefully we can get some good progress on stream today with the UI, with the drop-down widget. We can get it rendering hopefully, and I can deal with some of the CRUD operations for like the different options you can choose for a drop-down widget, right? And also maybe we can get it rendering. That would be cool too. So yeah, I think that's it for me today. Also, I did update my stream schedule a bit more. I've been trying to do a lot more stuff, or I've had some like work things pop up, and I've been trying to do a few other things off, like, you know, for my personal life, right? So, I mean, it's kind of just like a one-man team with this, right? So, I can't really, you know, situations change, you know what I mean? So, let me show you my current stream schedule, and then we can go in and go to the progress board. So let's go ahead and go to Twitch really quick. And we'll go to my channel. Let's see that I'm streaming. This audio, you guys can't hear it anyways, but it's kind of annoying on my end. Yeah, so that was my stream earlier this week. And this is the stream that I'm doing right now. Yeah, so now my schedule is just going to be Mondays and Fridays. So the idea at this point really is that I'm going to do one stream at the beginning of the week and one stream at the end of the week. And then I'm just going to sort of fill you guys in on the progress in between streams, right? So if I work on something, I'll kind of like catch you guys up. Kind of like how I've been doing in the past few streams. I'll just catch you guys up on the pre-stream progress, and then we can kind of just move on with whatever we were doing at that point, right? And then, yeah, if you guys just have any questions or anything, you guys can just let me know, or whatever. And that's kind of just how I'm going to work it right now, so that I have other things I need to do in between the two streams, and on the weekends I have things to do, so this might be the schedule for the foreseeable future. Things may change later, but I just figured I'd get everyone up to date. So yeah, that's the schedule. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the progress board. Yeah, so over here, did I have something about the whole game state thing? I don't think I did have like a particular... Sorry, I was looking at the cat. I'm like, why does he look weird? Yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of these like issues off stream, like just picking up issues and dealing with them. I was wondering if I had a section for dealing with the game state and updating it, but I guess I didn't. But it still was something I wanted to do. So I might just throw it at the bottom here. Update functionality of game states to global state. And then let me just make this more formal. So I'll put in some comments here. basically my main goals with it is the current game state and the way it works. There's not a ton of good editor integration, or like, how do I say it, good script integration with the current game state. Basically, you have one game state attached at a time, and that game state that you have attached, how do I say? You kind of just have to guess whether it's the correct game state, right? So instead of having a single game state as the current context, I want to be able to hold multiple game states, now called global states, at the same time, and activate slash deactivate deactivate them at will. The other thing is, yeah, I just want better script integration, just better scripting integration for the game states. Let's call them global states at this point. And then, what was the other thing? Well, I mean, I guess those were the two main concerns with the game state, was these two. Just being able to, like, deal with them better in the scripts, and being able to have multiple of them active at the same time. Yeah. Again, this is kind of like a side thing, that's why I'm kind of putting this in the small wanted features. But again, these were just things that were like irking me, I suppose. But yeah, we'll go ahead and continue with the drop-down widget. Okay, give me a few minutes, I'm gonna do something really quick. But yeah, after I come back, we'll go ahead and start with the coding. I don't think there's anything else I had to say at this point. With the drop-down widget, okay, the first thing I'll do is we will look at what my commits and what I did. And then after that, like between last stream and this stream, we'll go ahead and look at those commits. And after that, we'll go ahead and code. So let's go ahead and give me a quick break. I'll be right back. Let me get some water. Okay. Add drop-down widget. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the commits that I did off stream. and then we'll go ahead and get into today's code. All right, good. I pushed the code about an hour ago, so it's good that it passed the tests. Yeah. Yeah, I only really made 2 commits. They're fairly large commits, if I recall correctly. It's a good amount of code I added, I believe. I'm kind of doing a tactic where I'm adding the global state as its own asset, and then once it's fully integrated, I'm going to go ahead and remove the game state. So the game state's still active at the moment, but I'm just kind of building up the global state, if that makes sense. And all of this is just sort of set up, like generic setup code I have for assets in general. Yeah, so I'm just looking through what we got. Yeah, it's just setup code. Okay, I think I'm fairly aware of what's going on here. This was... Yeah, me just fixing some workflow issues, and then a few fixes, runtime errors, handling, add, modifying, neutral term widget. Okay, I don't recall if I did start adding the new like list feature while we were on stream last stream. I believe we didn't, so this will probably be new as well, so I can show you guys. But let me go ahead and showcase the global state where I currently have it. Alright, so let's go ahead and see. So if I go to panels, we now have this new little project data area, and then it has all of these data. Again, game state and global state are kind of the same thing. We'll look at game state first, just so we can compare, right? Let's go ahead and open an existing game state. There's only runtime states. So you can see we have all these fields, right? And then each of its values. And then the only type of field that we can create is the uinteger16. That was just all I needed at the time. And you can't modify these. Or can you? Oh yeah, you can, but it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like... It only works in like this very specific scenario. So, yeah, let's go ahead and compare that to the new global state. I don't have anything because I deleted them. Let's see. Test global. Okay, so now we have a lot more options, right? You can do like a vector 3, a bunch of integer options. The string doesn't quite work yet, but I'll go ahead and add that pretty soon. But everything else works. You can do like an I vector 3, which is like an integer vector, right? And you can see you can just modify it directly right here. And this works. I believe it's an I vector 3. I have it set as like a uint for some reason. Now that I'm thinking about it, it should just be like a full int. But whatever, that's fine. But yeah, you can modify them directly right here, which was different from the other one. And then yeah, that's basically where I'm at with it. You can't really like delete them or like move them around or whatever. It's kind of just you add them and that's about it. So yeah, I will be fleshing this out off screen. But the main goal with this is, like right now, the current API for modifying a game state is basically like this. You have the game state service, and then you have a set field, and then you name the field, and this field, this would be this name over here, right? And then you set its value, right? And then there's not really any validation here or anything. It's just you kind of just hope that it works. So instead, what I really want is something like this, where you can do game states, and then runtime, and then, I don't know, you'll have like a name of it. In this case, it would be like Veka. And then you just set it equal to like some number, and then all this validation should be already available, like in the scripts. So that's my goals with it. Again, I'll do that off screen, and then hopefully once it's done, I'll kind of like show you guys how it's looking. But the API should be very similar to whenever I have like an entity. So entity ent, and then I do entity dot speed component dot current speed, right? And then it's equal to, I believe this is a float, so I can do 2.0f. And yeah, this just works. So this actually sets the speed to this value, right? So if I go ahead and compile this, you can see over here that it actually calls a function called set project component field, provides the particular entity along with just the actual information so that you can actually update this field, right? I believe this is the slot for the field. It's field number 0 in the speed component. And then this just is a bunch of like R value to L value stuff to go ahead and pass the data to this function call, right? Inside the engine, and then do what you gotta do, right? So yeah, again, I'll go ahead and update you guys once I get that set up more. It's just not really at a state where I can really like replace anything yet. And then other than that, let me go ahead and showcase the drop-down widget. And okay, I think I recall now that for the drop-down widget, yeah, it still doesn't render anything. But I don't, here you can kind of see that I added this little list right here. This is what we're going to work on right now, is adding options to modify the elements in this list, right? So currently it's just displaying the different list options, and you can go ahead and add an option, and then you just specify like its new name, so like entry 3, right? And that just appends it to the end of the list, right? So we have the create, we have the read operations for CRUD. We just need delete and update, right? So we need to delete some of these, and then we need to be able to modify the names. And also, ideally, maybe reorder them. That would be a nice option too. Also, another cool thing would be to be able to programmatically set these, but that'll be later, something I can do in the scripts. That would be cool. But for now, we just want to be able to modify these here. And then once this little listing is done, then all we need to do is just render the options in the dropdown. And that's it. The dropdown should essentially be done. So yeah, I think that's it for the recap. The rest of the stream will just be me continuing to work on this. So let's go ahead and not save this. I don't care about these changes. And I don't know if you noticed, today I'm kind of a little hazy, so just bear with me, I suppose. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the code. Has it been 26 minutes or so? Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the chat thing. I really gotta check out what's going on with that. Okay, so let me go look at this little list I got going on. So add options list editor, we kind of are already doing that. We are able to create elements. We can't delete them. Update elements. So again, we can create them. We can't do this, we can't do this. Also, maybe like a move up down might be a nice option too. It's kind of optional though, but move up slash move down would be nice. Yeah, and then once that's done, add all other drop-down fields. I don't know what I was referring to with this, so I'll just leave this back here for a second. And then the next thing is, once we have this, draw the drop-down. So we'll say draw the current option, and then draw all other options when clicked. Okay, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the delete elements working. So let's go check UI editor, properties panel. Okay, yeah, and these names are a bit crazy. I think I remember chatting with someone last stream and they were like, these long names are ridiculous. Yeah, and I do kind of agree. But yeah, you know what, I'm gonna deal with that as a separate refactor. Okay, so I'm just trying to think of how I want to go about this. Text alignment, background color, on press, selectable option. Okay, so when you have those multiple options, right? Or how do I say? Let's go to the actual code and I can kind of talk that out. So we're trying to delete an option. Okay, so ideally, we would click here, and then it would pop up a little option to go ahead and click delete, and then you can delete, right? That's the idea. So we need to add that option to this entry. So first, let's go find where we add this entry, and then we can go from there. I believe it's this one. Well, actually, it's probably a function that we call. Let's go find that function. Yeah, here we go. So this is the function called to open the dialog, and then this actually adds the actual entry. So this is what we want. Okay, yeah, so we add, all this does is just adds it to the data structure, and then the on refresh is what actually adds the tree entry. So this is just a function. Where is the on, oh, here it is. This is the on refresh. All right, here we go. So insert list entry, right? So this takes in a label, a value, takes in a function pointer for the list entry. Okay, this is the on edit. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is the on edit. So it's just a function pointer to the entry. It provides the iteration, which is nice. That's pretty convenient. And then it provides a handle. Okay. I don't think the iteration is super necessary as the handle, since, well, okay, I'll leave it. We need to fill this function pointer though, and it looks like it takes in list entry reference and a size t. So let's go ahead and add that. void. And what do I call this? On drop down widget, edit, entry, tooltip, I think. And this one's going to take in a list. Entry UI. List. Was it entry? Was that what it was? Or was it spec? I don't recall. No, it's a list entry. And a size T iteration. Okay. Edit entry tooltip. Okay, so let me list out my goals with this. I think the main idea is that we want to open a tooltip. Right, that contains an edit / delete / other options. Right, that's mainly what we want. So let's go find some other code that opens the tooltip, and then we'll go from there. So we'll find a new tooltip here. Yeah, this one. Let's go find the other one though. I think I do this twice. Okay, we'll copy this one over. It's gonna be pretty different from this though, because this is more specific to a select option. I don't really care about that in this context, so yeah, this will look very different. Let's just get it rendering first, and then we'll go from there. So we'll do this, or displaying, sorry, I meant. So we'll say edit option, and then we'll just say, yeah, just keep it unreferenced, and then we'll say, we'll do a log, I guess. I don't think there's a trace one. Let's do trace info. Editing. What's wrong with this? Spec is undefined. Oh yeah, because this is different. We want entry and iteration. As of right now, it's not being referenced. And then we want to add this. Let's change this name to edit option. Okay, this is another tooltip entry. This one I don't care about either, so we'll go ahead and get rid of it. And I'm probably going to rename this from script tooltip to just this local properties panel tooltip, something like that. So it's more descriptive. Delete option tooltip. Deleting, yeah. Delete option tooltip. Okay, and then that should just work. Now the only other thing is I want to rename this now, since it's not just the script tooltip. We'll just call this mselect. Actually, where's this defined? Let me go find this. And maybe I should check that. This is called the script tooltip. It's in the tree panel, which is interesting. Let me rename this to select. I'll just call it M-select tooltip. A bit more generic. Let's see what it's saying. Select tooltip. Yep. AI state. Yeah. No. These ones can stay the way they are. Yeah. All these use script tooltip. Those are fine. These are in different contexts. Okay. Yeah. I only want it in this local context. Alright, let's go ahead and try it. The idea is we should be able to click on the little tooltip and it should just say edit or delete. And then you click it and it should just log and that's it. And then from here, now that if we know this works, then we should start getting it working. We'll go with, should I do edit or delete first? I'll go with edit first. Edit, all I really have to do is just basically copy over the code from the add and then just change it to edit, if that makes sense. So when I add a new option, I specify it as a string and then confirm it, and then it creates that option. So in this case, we just want to load it with the text of the current option by default, and then when you confirm it, it just updates it, right? So that'll be a different, how do I say, operation on the actual underlying vector. But other than that, it should be the same thing. The actual UI will be the same thing. And then the delete option, it will just delete it based on the iteration, and that's it. Maybe we'll just have a warning saying are you sure you want to do this? And then you just choose to do it, I suppose. And that's about it. And again, once these are done, again, this one is optional. I may or may not do it. The main issue with this is just, how do I say, validating the movement and making sure I don't have any weird off by one index errors or anything with this. And that's about it. But I think it would be very useful to be able to resize it. But I think I just want to make this available so that you can edit it in the UI. But I think the major use case for this will be just setting these options directly from the scripts. I think that's mostly where, if you're making the game, that's how you would do it. If you wanted to set all of the resolution options, I'm assuming you would do that programmatically. So this one will probably need a bit more robustness, I suppose, in the scripts. But the nice thing is once I kind of get all of these CRUD operations done in the editor, it's just translating that same code over to the scripts, and that's it. It's the exact same thing. Oh, yeah. Right. You have to actually set it up, yeah? KG bind. And then let's go find that function, yeah? And that's the one thing, these long function names are kind of ridiculous because they're long. So yeah, I might want to split these up into classes. There's different classes. It's kind of becoming this uber class, which is ridiculous. Yeah, that works. What's up with this value? It's empty. I'm wondering if I should. No, I'll leave it alone. Alright, let's go ahead and try it. I'm wondering if I should put like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like for the values, but I'll leave it alone for now. It's fine. I also don't know if I love the way it looks in the UI, but honestly, I'm not really trying to be nitpicky right now with this. That's something I can address later. As like more of a global thing with lists, not me addressing it with this UI stuff I'm doing right now. Okay, here we go. So now we have a few edit buttons, so we can just line it up. Yeah, I think so. Here we go. We click it, and then it just logs we are editing. And then if we do delete, we are deleting. Cool. So it looks like that's working. And then if I add a new one. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That looks good. All right. So let's go ahead and close this. Not saving that. Okay, what did I say I was going to do after this? I think I was going to get one of them to work. You know what? Let me do the delete one first. I think that one's easier to deal with. So yeah, let's go ahead and set up delete first. So I think the idea is when we call this tooltip, this function is basically going to be on open delete dialog, drop down edit entry, on drop down widget, open delete. Yeah, these names, man. On drop down widget, edit entry tooltip, on drop down widget, delete entry dialog. I'll call it that. This takes in the tooltip entry. Delete entry dialog. And I think this takes in the editor UI tooltip. Is it an entry? I think it's an entry, yeah? Yeah, it is an entry. Tooltip entry. What's wrong with it? Not found. Okay, I think it's just my linter not liking me right now. That's fine. Okay, and then we're gonna take this and basically link it to this. So instead of having this right here, kg bind. Wait. kg bind class function. Okay, there we go. So basically this is going to be the same thing, but in this case, basically all we need to do is just set up to go ahead and delete it. Ideally, it's just going to be a pop-up, right? So yeah, it'll be a pop-up, And in that pop-up, it'll just ask you like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, that's about it. What is this? Why is this thing getting mad? I don't understand. Oh, yeah, I'm missing a closing braces. Okay, okay. Alright, so I need a pop-up. Don't I have something like exactly for this? Like a warning that pops up? I could have sworn I have an API directly for this. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, well, let me refocus. The main thing is open and on delete pop-up. Yeah, that's about it. Just open it on delete pop-up. What does this tooltip entry take? Quite a few things, huh? Tooltip entry. Okay, let's go in here and let's go ahead and add that generic pop-up. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do at some point is some of these like common panels as well as like common windows and just like things that I do like over and over again that are like pretty much the same. I'll probably just wrap them up into like a class, so I don't have to keep repeating this code over and over again, because it's getting kind of annoying doing this with lists where I have to add all this prep code when it could probably get rolled up into one thing. I just don't know if that abstraction should occur inside of my editor UI library or if it should occur inside of the actual editor code. I'm leaning towards editor because that seems like what I've been doing, but I don't know. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and do edit UI generic pop-up spec down widget delete entry warning. Okay, and then we're resetting this up. Again, don't mind me today, I'm feeling very slow. I don't know. Okay, here we go. So the main thing here is drop down widget delete entry warning. Okay. Yeah, there's like a delete action you can do with this. That's kind of cool. Really all I'm concerned with is... Wait, actually, I think I have a warning API. Hold on. Editor UI warning pop-up spec? What is this? Spec is equal to spec dot label open pop-up pop-up contents and then pop-up width. Okay, so the warning pop-up spec, it seems like there's no onConfirm for this. It's just kind of telling you like some information, then it exits out. So I guess that's not what I want. I want this to actually do something. Let's go back to what I was doing. Okay. And this one, kg bind class function. Okay. On drop down widget, delete entry. This is like the proper delete entry function. Like this actually deletes the entry, right? The other things is let's make it give it a label, right? So dot label delete widget delete drop down option. Okay, pop-up contents, right? I can do this. I can do this right here, actually. I don't need to specify this as its own function. Usually this type of thing is pretty simple. Do I even need a reference, actually? I don't even think I do. Okay, no, over here. So we're just going to do editor UI. I say editor UI service text. Just text. Just say, are you sure you want to delete this option? And then again, the on confirm will actually delete it. And then there's no on cancel, it just doesn't do anything, right? Sometimes you need that, but in this case I don't need to do anything in that case. Okay, and then the other thing is I need to, okay, let me get this set up, and then we'll go ahead and draw this pop-up as well. What does this take, by the way? Okay, it's a void, good. Let's go with this definition. Oh, no, let's go to this one, actually. My bad. And yeah, this can just go here. Delete entry. We'll go ahead and remove that out. I don't know if I agree with it being like a void. There probably should be something injected in there, but whatever. We'll deal with it as of right now. Okay, and then the idea here is that we need some sort of information to go ahead and delete the indicated entry. And then, okay, the other thing, we need to go ahead and draw this pop-up. So let's go to the, wherever we're drawing this. This is specifically for the drop-down, so we'll go to the drop-down. Come back and fix this. I suppose that's a good point. Okay, this is edit text, sure. If it's expanded. Yeah, I guess I want to do it regardless, so we'll do... What is it? Generic pop-up, I think? And then we'll do M, drop down. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now the last thing is we need to go ahead and trigger this pop-up. So where's that on open pop-up function? Yeah, here we go. This is the open the dialog thing. So basically we're just going to do drop down widget delete entry warning dot open pop-up is equal to true, right? We'll just do that. And then the other thing we'll do, we'll say delete entry. And we'll just do a kg warn right here. We are deleting an entry. Okay, I think the idea here as well is that, where's that function I was just at? So the function that opens the dialog, this one, it opens the window. It also should store the indicated entry. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Probably just going to be a number. And then what we do is using that stored entry, when we actually go to delete the entry, we'll use that stored entry to like reference which one we're actually deleting, if that makes sense. But let's just make sure this works first. So the idea is you should be able to click that tooltip and then it'll open like a pop-up, and the pop-up should say like delete entry and then like a little text saying, are you sure you want to delete this? And then if you click confirm, it should log out saying we're deleting it, and that's it. And then once this is done, all I need to do is just pass this indicated entry information over to the deletion function call, whatever. And do some checks on it, whatever, and then just add some method for deleting it. And yeah, let me go look at how I add an option. Maybe that'll give me some hints on how I can delete. So we add an entry. Yeah, it looks like all we're doing is just placing back a new active dropdown widget. Yeah. So since this is a vector, I can probably just call the was it stood arrays, which it's not super efficient, but this is the UI, so I don't really care. Or this is the editor, so it's not like I'm doing every frame. And then, yeah, that should really be all I have to do. And it'll just refresh the information and we should be good. Alright, let me go ahead and stretch my fingers really quick. Ooh. I also want to say, just real quick, I don't know if anyone's watching or not, but I appreciate y'all like coming by and like chilling or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of nice to have like a chill stream like this. Again, I don't know, but I know the content's not the craziest, but we're getting through it, right? Oh, you origin it. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright, I suppose. How about you? You doing good? Yeah, what was I doing with this? I don't know if you remember from like last stream or whatever, but I'm still working on the drop-down widget from last stream. I worked on some other stuff off stream between Monday and today, but it wasn't related to UI stuff, so I'm basically just continuing where I left off, I suppose. Right now, I am, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to get this little like list thing working. Basically, we're just working on credit operations to go ahead and like create and delete these options. And specifically right now, like the creation works, but we're working on deletion. So we'll go ahead and go edit here and delete. And what should happen, it should open up a pop-up. That did not happen. Whoa, it calls we are deleting. That's weird. Wait, that's still... Okay, yeah, so there's something I did wrong. Hold on. We are deleting, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay, so... We are deleting, huh? Delete entry. Wait, why are we calling... Wait, what? We are deleting. Pull this somewhere else. Oh, it's because of this. Yeah. My bad. This is calling the wrong function. So let's take this and we'll put this right here. Close this up and close that up. And we'll just push this down here. All right, second try, let's see. Osborne, YouTube. Hey, how's it going? Sound designer. So, do you work on like music, or do you work more with like sound, like specifically sound effects? I don't know the full scope of that. Or the terminology, I suppose. I really want to get into stuff like that though at some point. It'd be really sick. All right, let's see if this is working now. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. So now we have this little pop-up that pops up. Oh, also again, just I guess as a reminder, I don't know, you guys are coming in. My chat usually works, but right now it's kind of broken. Hopefully next stream I'll have it fixed. So you can't really see the chat on the screen at the moment. So I work on sound effects and soundtracks. Okay, sick. Hell yeah. Yeah, I always wondered about because I have made like some music before when I was like when I was younger, and then I have a friend who like makes music. Sometimes I have his music on the channel or like my stream and whatnot. And he took off and did his own thing, but I don't think either of us ever worked on like sound effects. That seems like an interesting like artistic thing to have to do, you know? Like, where do you get like the sounds from? Like, do you just make them, right? And then like I think I've seen a few people where they go super heavy into like the into the like how do I say that? Like the audio modification aspect of like they'll like make a sound and then they'll be like, okay, most of the work is just like taking this like little kernel of like, you have to get like a good solid starting point and then just like modify it with all of your effects and whatnot, and like, you know, computer generated effects, right? And then go on top of it to kind of like get the effect you want. But yeah, whenever I like go up to do that, I kind of freeze, you know. So I think I was watching the guy who made Animal Well talk about like how he does that, and like how he like layers the stuff on top of it and whatnot. It's interesting. Yeah. Let's see. All right, Jeanette, I'm glad to see you're working. Yeah. How do I say? Yeah, I've been kind of pulling back on my streams a little bit, so I'm kind of taking more of an update approach, I guess, for the streams recently, because I've been trying to like work on like, you know, like my private life work and everything, and getting more into like trying to like get stuff done off stream, right? I don't know. I don't think I have a huge audience, so I don't think it's like I appreciate you guys coming by, but I don't know if you guys are like waiting, like bated breath for me. So I don't know. I'm kind of just figuring it out. Are you sure you want to delete this option? Okay. So, oh yeah, and then Osborne, I don't know if like you're new to like the channel and whatnot, but yeah, I work on my own engine. I do have like a devlog on my YouTube channel that kind of like shows it and whatnot. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just let me know, you know. or just chill, you know. It's also kind of a chill stream. Let's see. Godkick lives here. Again, I'm not showing the chat on YouTube. I'm not showing the chat on the actual stream right now. It's kind of broken. So just letting everyone know. But yeah, Godkick lives here. Said, hey, you have an interesting engine. I appreciate that. Were you one of the guys who posted on the? Your name sounds familiar. Like I don't know if you're one of the people who posted on the devlog. I might be mixing names, but yeah, I appreciate it though. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah, we are deleting entry. Okay, so again, like I just as like a recap right now, I'm working on CRUD operations with, like, I'm trying to make this drop down widget, right? So the idea is it's like a drop down combo, whatever you want to call it, right? It doesn't display anything currently, and I'm just trying to add like CRUD operations for like the options that pop up when you click the drop down, if that makes sense, right? And right now I'm trying to get the delete to work. The idea is you click delete. Are you sure you want to delete this option? Yeah, no. No doesn't do anything. Confirm. Ideally it would delete it. It just yells at me in the logging. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that to actually do something. Yeah, I don't know like what I really want out of the engine. I think someone on YouTube made a comment that, like, I think initially, like, I kind of took it, I was like, oh, it kind of hurts, but I thought about it more and it was like, I guess it's more like constructive criticism. But yeah, I know engine development is very slow. Sometimes I think whether I should have made, like, I think if I was going to go back, well, I guess it's taking forever to load. I'll leave it alone. I wonder if I went back, if I would have wanted to just make the game directly instead of adding all of this like editor UI stuff and whatnot. I feel like that would have been the better approach to actually just make a game, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I'm already kind of like in deep with this, so. Alright, anyways, I think I'm just yapping. Let's go ahead and get this delete thing working. So the main way that I'm going to get this delete thing working is to the padding, to the delete dialog. Are you talking about between the... I can add that real quick, yeah. Take a look. Yeah, let me see. Okay, like you're thinking like maybe it should have a little bit of spacing between the like the header. Oh well, I think it's Valentine's Day over here for me, so I appreciate it. I think I celebrated yesterday, so it was pretty nice. Hope it's a good V-Day for all you guys too. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. Actually, let me look at how I deal with this in other contexts. Let's take a look. Where else do I do deletions? Okay, you know, let's try this one. Delete file. Yeah, I suppose most of these, it's kind of, that's kind of just a little pop-up that shows up. Let me try, this is just a file, like a random file. Let me try this. I think this has the, What about import? What about the import dialog? Let me see how that looks. So if I import like an audio file, yeah, there's not much padding here. I think I'm gonna keep it like this for now. For now, I guess. But just out of curiosity, let me just see how it looks with the padding. So let's do this. So we have this one. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of padding. Where is this? Delete drop down. Okay, so this is the stuff. Let's do editor UI. Editor UI service. Spacing? Okay, I think I have overload for this. Let's go see this page. Yeah, so we have spacing and then we have the float amount. I think I have. Let me just try to. I think it's called editor UI spacing. Yeah, I have these like little overloads. You can specify a float as well, but I think this is like my common spacing. Let's see how it looks. I mean, you know what? Let's look at some examples too, just so we have like a frame of reference as well. So let's see. Delete. All right. Delete dialog box. These are pretty basic. This one's kind of odd because it kind of gives like a spacing in between all three. This one does like this, I suppose, yeah? I could also specify like a minimum window size in the X and Y axis as well. I do already have an API for that. Alright, let's go see how that looks. I was just curious. Yeah, and again, if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know about whatever. I'm kind of chilling on these streams, so again, most of the work I get done off stream, so if you have anything, I'm not like rushing or whatever. What do you think about that? I regen it. Should it be like equal margins all the way around type of deal? I could add the same spacing at the end. I just don't know what is like aesthetically pleasing in this case. It's such little text too, so it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, you like it just like that? Okay. Yeah, it's hard for me to like do a frame of reference, but I kind of get what you're saying with this because it gives the like the header more weight, I suppose. I can see that. I wonder if do I want to do that by default? That's what I'm wondering. I suppose I could. Let me go look at some of my other options and how I do that. Because I easily could. Let me just take a look. I suppose. Godkek, I see you. I'm just trying to like take a look at this real quick. So if I make, yeah, I mean, yeah, they all could get that kind of spacing. Yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, original. It does look better now that I'm like looking at it. Yeah, it does give it like a weight. Okay. Yeah, let me try that. So let's go back. Alright, God Kick lives here. Oh, again, these are people I'm talking to on YouTube, by the way. I'm gonna fix my chat next stream, so this isn't as much of an issue. Was it hard to make a game engine? You know, it's hard to even say if it is a game engine yet. I really haven't finished a game with it. Maybe I'll say more specifically, was it hard to make like an editor and all of like the current tooling? I think there's definitely much harder topics you can tackle in computer science, right? Like some people, they delve straight into like graphics and whatnot, and that can get really complicated. Like diving straight into like maths, algorithms with it and whatnot. Most of the work I've done up until this point is mostly just like asset management, making sure things are in the place at the correct place at the right time, if that makes sense, right? And then most of the editor stuff is just making sure that I have things cached, right? So having a lot of good caches inside of the editor itself, so that when I modify objects, it doesn't immediately reflect in the engine. That's kind of important for the editor. I don't think it's too bad. I think the worst thing I dealt with was probably the networking. And I'm still dealing with that. I hope that's a satisfactory answer to that. I don't know. Oh no, original. Like I said, I'm kind of chilling on these streams. Like, how do I say? Most of the work is done off stream, so like I'm kind of open to like. Anyway, but yeah, like I think I do agree that does look better. So the way I can kind of make this globally accessible is I just need to go into my little editor library thing, wherever it's at. Trying to remember what specs have that need that spacing thing we're talking about. So let me just look through them, and then I'll go ahead and type them out over here real quick. Literally all I have to do is just find all the options that have a pop-up spec, and then just add the spacing. And that's it. So it's pretty easy. Let me see if I can run through this real quick. Okay, edit variable is garbage. I hate this thing with a passion. We'll get rid of that soon. Select option, definitely. Could use some spacing. Option entry. List spec. But yeah, just to say for the whole like making the engine thing, it's like there's just a lot of work. I guess like there's just like a lot. It's a lot of time, right? But I feel like if you just break it into like manageable pieces, like it's not the worst thing ever, if that makes sense. Not list spec. List entry, let's say. Tooltips, I just don't want to forget anything. Because if I'm going to apply this change, I want to make sure it's available everywhere. Tree spec, yeah, I don't care about. Oh yeah, no, tree spec I don't care about. Grid spec, yeah, no, I don't care. Navigation, panel header, yeah, no. Collapsing header, choose directory, no. Multiline text, no. Edit text, no. Radio selector. Yeah, no. Edit vector, does it? No, that doesn't have a pop-up. Integer checkbox, no. Okay, generic pop-up, that was the other one. Generic pop-up. I'm just writing this over here. Warning pop-up, yeah. Probably want to take a look at that as well. And I think that's it. Okay, alright. So let's go look at the actual code for this. So we'll go to generic pop-up. This is the actual function call that gets called, which actually draws the pop-up, if that makes sense. So we'll go here, it takes in a spec, and then it renders based on the options in the spec, right? And then here is the actual drawing the modal. Let's see. Should probably comment this a bit better, huh? Push font. Yeah, the delete toolbar, yeah. Cancel toolbar. We'll put this up here. Okay, so this is the separator, and then here's the pop-up content, so I just need to put it right here. Spacing. Okay, cool. And then we'll just do spacing amount. And there's like, I like having like these enums, makes my life easy. You can still edit it with floats if you want. Let's see, spacing. And then, what was the other one? That is the generic one. We want select option now. Okay, pop up. Here it is. Okay. Spacing, cool. And then also the warning pop up. Warning pop up. Here's the separator. Okay. So that should do it, I believe. Let's take a look at how it looks. Yeah, I really want to get to the point where I'm starting to do like I've been lurking in Travis Vroman's stream a lot recently, and also a few other streamers. I didn't used to watch streams like myself, but it's been really fun watching streamers nowadays, especially kind of in the same lane that like I'm in, I suppose. Travis Vroman's been actually making a game with his engine that he had been working on for years, so I'd really love to like get to the point where I'm making a game that I'm really passionate about. Of course I'm just working on Pong, but yeah, I'd like to get this done. He was having a whole chat about like ideas for like RPG elements in his game, like that was really fun. Yeah, and I know it's a far cry, but just being able to do this full time at some point would just be amazing. Oh, I'm getting a call. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, UI is kind of, I think universally kind of annoying. And it's like, I feel like it's like deceptively easy, and then like when you start getting into the details, it's just annoying. And if it, maybe it's just annoying because it feels like something that's supposed to be easy. I don't know. And you're like, why isn't it spacing just right? And all the callbacks and everything, like, yeah, like I get it. What were we checking? I kind of, oh yeah, we were checking the spacing. Okay, so now we have this little default. Yeah, it gives it more weight. I can see that. I think I had it like this before and then I deleted it. I don't remember why. Maybe at some point I'll add a similar like spacing here. But I think I'll do that when I do like a more of a, like, how do I say? More of an overhaul of my UI, I guess. But you can kind of see too, there's a little bit of inconsistency. Like this one has more spacing than this one. It's a bit odd. Okay, cool. So that should be accessible everywhere now, so that's good. What was I working on? Deleting the thing? Oh yeah. Okay, so we were deleting an entry. Let me get this done. Let's see. I think I have it in my mind, you know what I mean? Yeah, the what was it? I remember I spent a lot of time getting that like UI to kind of like the main original goal was just to abstract the I'm GUI code, right? That was my main goal because you should have seen the code before I refactored it and made my own little like section for the UI. It was so messy. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like once you start getting like really complex like widgets and whatnot. Wait, let me find this delete. Is it delete? Yeah, I think it was the dialogue. Yeah, once you start getting like really complex widgets, I feel like at some point it starts becoming unfeasible to recreate the entire structure every frame. And it's a lot of data to keep revalidating every frame. Like a tree structure every frame is crazy. No, that needs to be retained. Delete dialogue. Yeah, I'm trying to... Let's see. Delete. Okay. So the main goal here, I guess, is that we just need some sort of information from here. We're not passing it in, like we're not injecting it, so we need to make it like a variable or something. So I guess we'll just go ahead and store it. Do I want to do it with the widgets though? Drop down widget current selected options. Is that what I'm going to call it? Let's just put it with the widgets for now. I know it's kind of messy, but I think that's what I got. So we'll do size to active drop down option. Do I want to call it active? I don't know, honestly. Also, should I put 0? Or should I put k invalid index? I think I'll do k invalid index. Invalid. I have a bunch of these, but I don't think I have it specified here. Maybe it's in... Where do I specify this? This is runtime UI. K invalid. Okay, you know, whatever. We'll just initialize it with 0. I'm getting a little lazy right now. It's probably going to bite me in the butt later. Alright, so basically we're just going to want to set this to like an appropriate value and then go from there. So inside of the entry dialog, we'll just say active drop down option is equal to And what's up with this entry? I think we load this in or something. Okay, so we load it with a function and then the name, I guess. Is there more information I can pack into this? Yeah, we have an entry ID. That's interesting. Oh, gonna text. No, I'm good on that one. How did I do this before? I feel like I had a way of doing this. We have access to the iteration right here. So the thing is, I don't know if I provide a handle or something. I guess I don't. I'm not doing string checks. I refuse to do string checks. Just on principle, I refuse to do string checks. Best viewers, okay. Yeah. Yeah, this one takes in an entry reference. Okay. Okay. I know how to do it, I guess. We'll just make it optional. So we'll just give it... Yeah, we have a variant for like a bunch of this stuff. I don't care about this. This ID, this is an internal thing that needs to be managed. So I can't use that. But what I will do is we'll do another UUID. And the handle. Well, that's kind of confusing, isn't it? Say user handle? Okay, these are public, so you can just go ahead and modify them however you want. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And then what I'll do, I like having it as a size T because for the most part, I usually pass in like UUIDs for things, so I can just cast it if it's smaller. And then all we'll do, right, since we've created it, we're just going to do edit option, tooltip, and user handle is equal to iteration. There you go. Make sure you do it before you add it, right? I think it is a copy or something. If anything, I should probably have like a in place back, or you can modify it or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is a delete option. Okay, cool. So we specified the iteration here, and then we just use this when we call this. So we'll say it's equal to entry dot and user handle. And there you go. So now we know which one we're dealing with. So we can pass that along. When we actually delete it. So let's do the actual deletion. All right, delete the indicated entry. So here we go. We're actually going to delete it now. This should be fairly easy. Validate window and widget. Yeah, we should do all this. Let's grab all this. Drop down widget. Yeah, because it'd be weird if it wasn't. Probably should. Whatever. I was gonna say assert, but whatever. I don't care right now, honestly. drop down active widget, single text data. What is this? Oh yeah, it then places it back, right? Yeah, sure. That's not what we're doing here. Okay, so what we want is, we'll space this out for a second. Delete the indicated entry. And then what we're going to do before this is we're going to ensure that the index is valid. So we'll do if active drop down widget. We'll get the options. This is just a vector, so we do dot size. If it's going to be m active, there we go, is greater than or equal to. Okay. It's a size t, so we just need to check the upper bound. So if m active dropdown widget is greater than or equal to the active dropdown widget size, right? Like, again, i.e., just make sure it's in bounds. Then we'll just go ahead and do a little warning saying, "Hey, this is saying you're out of bounds." So if you're out of bounds, we'll go ahead and throw out a warning. So index active index is out of bounds for the. There we go. All right, so we have that check. And then now we'll just go ahead and delete it. I believe there is a standard algorithm for this with the vector. So we just do that. It's kind of slow, but I don't care. It's a UI thing. So std, what is it? std erase, I think. I always have to, because I've done this a million times, but I always forget every time. std vector erase. Yeah, just removes the provided index. Iterator pause, so we might need to provide like begin plus number, I guess. Const iterator first, at position. Okay, so these are both iterators, so we'll do active drop down widget. Do we need to revalidate anything? I'll worry about that later. Drop down options. Dot erase, right? And then we're gonna take this dot begin. Okay, I guess we'll just cache it since we're doing it so often. What is this? What is this thing? Yeah, this thing. Yeah, maybe also just do this as well. kg assert active drop down widget. I'd like to know if I'm making that kind of mistake. It shouldn't, I think. Yeah, in this case it really shouldn't, but it'd be, I guess we'd like to be aware, right? Single line, oh yeah, we know once runtime UI. And then we want options list is equal to this thing. Just so it's easier to read. So we'll do options list. Okay, there we go. And then plus active. There we go. So this will give us the iterator to the indicated object, right? And then it'll erase it. And I forget what this returns. Does this return a... Oh yeah, it's the index after the completed. That's fine. Right. This should have already checked it, hopefully. Line widget and option list. We'll just throw these together. Delete. And then... Should I recalculate text data? I guess I will, just to be safe. And refresh the table, we definitely want to do that, yeah. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, this should just work. So let's try it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking when I should do my next devlog. I think I am going to hold off for a while. Take a minute, because I have this idea for my devlog that I want to do. And I know it's kind of a long shot, but I feel like it'd be like a really... Like, it'd be really cool if I was able to actually pull it off. Like, I don't know if anyone's here or whatever, I'll just talk about it anyways, but the last devlog, I kind of did like I think someone said like a classroom presentation style devlog, right? Where it's like a Google Slides and then I just go through each one. And it kind of made the whole like making the devlog a lot easier for me because I'm still getting used to DaVinci Resolve. It kind of annoys me, I'm not gonna lie, that software. And doing it through Google Slides was like a lot easier. I can get a lot of the work done before I start recording. And then in the recording I can just kind of talk about the stuff and then just like do the thing, right? Like do the devlog and then just do some final little editing and post it. And then also I think another benefit is it feels more live and more like I'm talking rather than like giving like a show or whatever. I hate that this does this. I tried to fix it earlier, like this whole mouse thing here, but it didn't work. I don't know. All right, let's check this thing. But my idea for the next devlog is that I want to do the devlog inside my engine. I want to do all of the editing, all of like everything. Like, I think it's still going to be like a classroom style devlog, like kind of like how I did before. But again, the added difference is that everything, all of the UI, everything presented is all presented from my engine. And I think I might do it just from like a 2D perspective first, and then maybe migrate to 3D. I feel like that'd be really cool. There's just a few things I need to set up before that. All right, let's try to delete it. Hey, deleted. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can delete it like out of order. So we'll do like another entry, and we'll do another entry, another entry again. Let's see, Adrian Larendium. I hope I said that right. On YouTube, said I'm gooey. Yeah. This whole thing is all done with I'm gooey. It's just my own code on top of it that makes it look the way it does. It's a bit spacing thing. Let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if Originate is still in here, but yeah, this looks good. I like this suggestion. The more that I look at it, the more I like it. Yeah. Originate said I should add a little bit more spacing between here, and now that I'm like really, like, yeah, it gives it more weight on top of it. Oh, Adrian, appreciate it. Yeah. I think that's kind of like the main thing I have with my editor is that it's like the way the UI looks. Still a lot more things to add, but yeah, no, I appreciate it. By the way, right now I'm just working on how do I say? I'm adding like runtime UI widgets. So I've added quite a few. Like I have a slider, input text, you can like type in text, checkbox, a bunch of image widgets, a button widget, and yeah, again, I'm working on a dropdown. That's my last widget I'm working on for like a while. And yeah, specifically right now I'm just working on how do you say, like modifying the options for the dropdown, right? Trying to do it like inside of the code, inside of the UI here. But I think the main way people are going to load this is through the scripts. So I got to set up that API too. It's not, that part's not too bad. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now with this. Trying to see if I can delete these. It seems like it's working. Okay, let's make sure I don't have any weird like off by one. Yeah, it seems fine. I don't like how this looks when it drops down like that. But it seems like a nitpick. I might circle back to that later. So we'll say like, what kind of food do you want? Cheese. And then we want that bacon. I don't know. I kind of tired of bacon. When I was a kid, I used to love that stuff, but kind of hurts looking at it now. Bacon, veggies. Just lump it all there. And there you go. You can select some options, right? It's not drawing yet. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Just getting these CRUD operations working. And I think the next thing is to be able to... So we can add options and we can delete options now. That works. The next thing is to... Wait, what's wrong with this? Oh, there we go. The next thing is to edit. All it does currently is open the delete option. So yeah, that's not good. Let's go ahead and get it to edit, yeah. And now that delete is working, I think it should be pretty easy. The only complexity with this is just adding a new widget for actually modifying the text. Yeah, so let's just add that widget real quick. So again, for the delete, we just had a pop-up. So this is the generic pop-up for the delete. Here we're going to do... Oh, and actually, again, I don't know if anyone's in here or went out, but like, does anyone have any suggestions on how I can clean this up? Should I just make different classes for each, like... Because I have, like, this modifies the window, this modifies the general widget option, this modifies the text widget specifically, and button widget specifically. And then this is all kind of in this big Uber class for the UI properties panel. And I'm thinking maybe I should just make separate classes on top of here for each one. And then kind of migrate all the code into there. I don't know. I like everything being like immediately accessible, but I get this is becoming too much. So I couldn't really agree on anything in my head. Let's see. Okay, edit text. So this is what we're trying to add. Spec m underscore drop down widgets. I think it's just edit entry. Okay, we'll go ahead and initialize all the options for it. And let's head over to something. Yeah, we'll do it here. So M drop down, widget, edit entry. Okay, so yeah, we'll call it edit entry. Flags, let's see. Was there some flags I was doing for this? Oh yeah, pop-up only. Oh this is yeah, I should just copy this over, huh? Just put it here. Okay, so this is gonna be this. Right. This one, we'll go ahead and pop it over. And bring this down. Pop-up only, yeah, new entry, current option. Okay, so this is the difference. This one's gonna get modified by the current text when we open it. But I guess I can't specify anything in particular here, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And this one's gonna be called edit entry. I forgot if I specified that or not yet. Is this a thing? Okay, it's not. I don't know why it was telling me it was a thing. Okay. Okay, no, we're good. So yeah, it just isn't a function name yet. What does this take? Text in the edit text spec reference. Okay, so similar to this. So we'll just duplicate this down. We'll bring it up, sure. Okay. And then this one, what does it do? What is this function? This is the on modify, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the actual modification function. Okay, so let's deal with that really quickly, since we're already here. Said Adrian, so far my editor class is growing just like yours. Yeah, like I'm trying to be careful how I abstract it because there's there's always something you're trading off when you abstract. But let me see, def should separate them out, and you could use a base class for common functionality to help with ensuring you have less codependent maintainable. Yeah, I feel you. And then the dependency. Yeah. Let me kind of map that out in my head really quick. So you're saying I should do it? Yeah, I definitely should, because this whole Uber class thing is getting very messy. Let's see. I'm not gonna do it now, but I think I will do it maybe off stream. But let me just think about specifically how I would do that. So if you had a drop down widget, we have all these. Okay, the main first thing is just to get this stuff out, right? So we want to get this stuff into its own class, right? And of course you're saying, like, you know, polymorphism, right? Or how do you say, like, base class with the derived class, right? And I can reference them directly. I don't have to use polymorphism. I could just get the benefits of like how you say, not having to repeat myself. Let's see. Oh, and again, by the way, anyone on Twitch, I'm talking to Jason Kettle on YouTube and Adrian on YouTube. Again, I'm gonna fix my chat next stream, so I gotta deal with that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just mentally trying to figure out. I guess I'll abstract some of this content to like the actual modification functions, and then figure out some way to address them. Yeah, you know, let me just write this down. Just give me like 10 seconds. Okay, I'm back. The one good thing though is that this is one of my last widgets, so I won't have to modify this too much going forward, but it will be nice to have that cleaned up. Adam Rushford, what you doing? Yeah, I'm just working on what am I doing? I mean, we're talking about refactoring, but we'll go ahead and let it compile. I can just kind of show you. That'll better describe it, I suppose. But it's just like UI stuff. I guess both for the editor and the in-game. I'm adding UI so that I can modify in-game UI, if that makes sense. Specifically, we have like a little like drop-down widget in the in-game UI that I'm trying to like build. Yeah, I have everything. So like I have everything in this giant Uber class for like my UI editor properties. So this kind of represents like a panel, right, inside my UI. And then if I scroll down here, you can kind of see like I can modify the UI itself. These are all the options to modify the UI. I can modify like a particular window. My abstraction for the UI is like you have like a window, and each window has multiple widgets, right? I am going to change that abstraction soon, a little bit. But yeah, this is all the functions to modify the window. This is all the functions to modify like generic widget, right? And then this is like a checkbox widget, you know, yada yada yada. So I'm thinking maybe I should take these as individual pieces and then pull them out into like classes, right? Instead of having it all just flatly defined here. Especially with these long ass names. These names are getting ridiculous. I've been kind of holding back on abstraction just so I can kind of get like the full picture, if that makes sense. But yeah, at this point, yeah, this definitely needs some abstraction. But the code inside here is not like ridiculous. Like it's just like it's pretty like short. So it's not like I have like a million lines of code per function. But yeah, it needs some help. Adrian, by the way, what graphics API you're using for your engine? It's OpenGL. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I still like, again, like there's definitely a cost whenever you abstract things. So I like to be aware, because once you abstract something, now it becomes harder to change. But of course, you're trading one thing for another. So if you do abstract it, it's easier to deal with, right? And like add more features. So, but I feel like if you abstract too early, then you end up like kind of cornering yourself, I guess. Oh, well, that's how I see it anyways. But yeah, it could use some refactoring. Let's see. Better long names than code. It's OpenGL and there's a Vulkan file, but I can already tell you that doesn't work. Yeah. I do have plans. So like my like end goal for the graphics API is to use Vulkan and like web GPU. Those are like what I'm targeting. I'm just using OpenGL right now just to kind of get the basics out. Most of the OpenGL code is abstracted into its own kind of like section. It's not like a full-on module or DLL or anything, but it is like abstracted enough, right? But of course, it needs to be modified for like the render passes, right? Because that's how Vulkan does its thing, right? And WebGPU too. They kind of have like that kind of abstraction with it too. They have render passes, and of course you do it with OpenGL, but OpenGL is like a weird state machine thing, so you kind of have to manage it yourself. Thinking you would create an I component that you could then inherit from and treat all components the same way. Then implement concrete components, drop down component, which inherits. Okay, wait. You're talking about wait. Then you components, and then that implements concrete, drop down component. Okay, no. Okay. Sorry, I kind of jumped to conclusions with that. So I get what you mean. Jason Kettle. I don't think I've ever used, like, I get what you mean by component because it's supposed to be like a what is the word for that, interface type of thing? Yeah, I'll probably do like I was about to say abstract class like Java. I forget the term. I do something similar with my asset system. Like, where is it? Because it was getting messy at some point. So maybe it could be like analogous like that. So like my asset system, I have a base class called asset manager, and this is like the base like management function for all my assets. And you have like get intermediate location, handle, blah 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 blah. This is way more complex than I think what you're talking about. But still, it has like this base class, and then you derive it to like here. This is more complicated because we do have like templates and whatnot. And I forget what this is called, like specialization. Is that what they call it in C++? Yeah, but I get you. I just gotta see how that like fits. But I definitely will take a look at that off stream because it needs some cleaning. Yeah. Like I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, the main thing that I was struggling with before was like setting up that abstraction, because like, you know, when you're making this code, you want to keep like the modules separate, right? So like you don't want like the UI system and then the widgets that modify the UI system to be like in the exact same code. You want that separated, right? So just like, yeah, figuring out where to put these like hierarchies and not like stepping on other modules' toes was just kind of like something I was being careful about. Oh, okay, you're talking about a factory method. I got you. Let's see. So thinking you can create with C++ because you also have a concepts option. Concepts? Oh, well, I'm on a 20 right now. That's my current standard. Adam. Yeah, interface, basically polymorphism like you said, and this is what I talked about. Right, no, I got you. Yeah. Oh, and then you can build it. I don't think I've used, I mean, because I know what the factory pattern is, like, I got you. I don't think I've ever used it properly, though. Maybe I should take a look at trying it. Just trying. Oh, ChatGPT. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know what you're talking about though. Like, I've dealt with like design patterns, and I've just never had a reason to like implement it in the engine. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, ChatGPT is kind of weird. Like, I think it is valid in like what you're saying, Jason. Like, if you're trying to like just throw out some code and kind of figure out how something's working, or just get some base code, and you want to like kind of teach you and whatnot. But I refuse to let it touch my code. Like, I refuse to let it like do any like I'm not gonna feed it my code and then like say, hey, do this to the code and then output it. It hallucinates too much. Like, maybe if I paid for like a smarter AI, but even then, like, there's a token limit. Like, it can't take all that context all at the same time. So, but AI is amazing for comments. I do love it for comments, and I do love it for giving me like names for functions when I can't think of one. I will give it kudos for that. But yeah, I've just personally been burned too much by AI, so. Let's see. What was I doing? I kind of forgot. I'm enjoying the conversation though, so. wait. Was I testing something with this? I know I'm doing this. Like, okay, let's just get this working real quick. Okay. Let me see if I can get this set up. I think I have the initialization code. Oh, yeah. I mean, I do feel like the AI has valid use cases. It just depends, though. Of course, you'll have some people who are like purists, and they'll say like, I will not let AI touch my code with a 10... What is that idiom? 10-foot pole. And there's other ones like, I use AI for everything. I don't know. Wasn't the way time, but you'll be inheriting rectangle and building the result. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not against, how do I say? I'm not against polymorphism, as long as it adheres to like a few certain like standards, right? Like one thing is, I just don't like my polymorphism going past like 1 to 2 layers, right? Like, I think 2 layers is my maximum that I will go. So you'll have the implementation class, and then you'll have like a layer derived classes, and then maybe have one below that, but that's already kind of being a bit much for me. And then it's, of course, you'll have the polymorphism like runtime cost when you like have to switch, right? It's not the worst thing ever, but it can add up, I suppose, with the vtable and everything, if you're doing that. But if you just need to like have to not repeat like code or not repeat like fields, it's really nice. I just think people like misuse things in certain ways, and then it just feels really bad. Let's see. Oh, for sure. Are you're getting through it though, Adam? Let me see. I got you. Okay, yeah. I mean, I respect the Vulcan grind. That's I can get intense. I've done like a small like I've how do I say, like gotten like a basic renderer for Vulkan set up once, but it's kind of like one of those tutorial things. So I think my main issue is just translating the OpenGL over to Vulkan at some point. But first, I want to translate OpenGL to WebGPU, and then I'll replace OpenGL with Vulkan, right? Because I want to get WebGPU working, so I can like place the games online. But of course, mScript and WebGPU has a whole bunch of issues I need to deal with, you know, being in like a browser context. So we'll see. All right, let me see if I can get this working now really quick. Okay, so this is the on it. I'm gonna. What do they say? Lock in? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this done real quick. Single. Okay, this isn't the one I want. I want. Oh wait, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's like a conversation going on in the YouTube chat. Let's see. Backing GPT. Starting template class. Vulkan, more or less. And check out row valid. I dropped OpenGL for now to work on Vulkan, but I'm not super professional, I'll admit. Use AI to work it all out. I use about 15 AIs. Oh, okay. I have a local one that works. Oh, a local one, wow. Rushman, nice. Tried to do PBR Vulkan, but could not do it, so I switched to OpenGL for now. I always get on the maybe code. AI helps a lot because everyone is piggybacking GPT. Yep. But that are just silly. There's some people that refuse to use. Oh, sure. AI discussion, but yeah, I'm not current with like the current trends with AI either. I don't know what they got going on nowadays. On drop down widget, add entry. Okay, all right, let's get this done. So, edit entry. Where is the? It's gonna be very similar to delete. Yeah. So we'll yoink this one over. Yeah, we do want to validate the window and widget. Again, I'm just going over the YouTube chat. I kind of broke my like on-screen chat, so I'll try to get that fixed by next stream, so everyone can kind of see what's going on. Hopefully, get it done soon. Active widget type drop down. So we want to check it's the correct widget type. Yep. Because it'd be weird if it wasn't. Options list. Yeah, probably want to get a reference to that. That's a good point. Want to make sure that this is all still valid. Want to make sure that we're within the correct bounds here. And then delete the indicator. Okay, so this is where it differs. We're not deleting. We want to get. So we'll do runtime UI single line data reference. Line data. And then we'll do options list. At, and then of course this checks to make sure it's in the correct bounds. We'll error out earlier. And then we'll just provide the size t active drop. Okay, we get this reference, and then all we have to do is just modify it. Of course, if we have an invalid value here, it'll error out because it can't assign a reference, but I should have checked earlier. Get the... Yeah, I call it text data, my bad. Text data. Get the indicated single line text. I'm not playing. Okay. And then we're just going to modify the text. So we'll do text data dot should probably stop drinking coffee at this time of day for me. Okay, we'll do mtext is equal to spec.text current option. Okay, then this one deletes. By the way, I hear you guys chatting. I'm just trying to get this done real quick before my brain conks out. Recalculate text data. I feel better than earlier though. I think my brain fog's going away. Revalidate the text data. Okay, this revalidates all of it. This might be overkill, but I'll go ahead and leave it like this for now. And this refreshes the table. Again, this only really occurs in the editor, so I'm not really worried about it being super optimal. Yeah. Of course, we want to optimize for the end game, so that's like the main concern. Or the hot loop. You know, you don't want to be doing something every frame. I think this is good though. Okay, so revalidate text data, and then refresh table, and then active. Yeah, I think that was it. All right. So with that, what was the other thing? I forget. Okay, let's see. Just checking the YouTube chat. Let me. Where did I leave off? Smart word processor. The smart word processor. You didn't hear anyone complain about Alexa. All the shock and opinionated YouTube videos had warped people's perception horribly. Yeah, there's been a lot of that recently, huh? Or just in general, I guess. You're planning to make your engine ECS or OP? Yeah, Adrian, it's ECS. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different like data considerations. I suppose the scene graph and the entities are ECS. So I don't know. I don't feel like the code is the AI's at all, and legally it's not. I've done plenty of coding. I fix all of the AI's code. Just having something to rubber duck, handle bulk grunt work, and have it teach me concepts and explain technicalities. I'm still capable and the originator of the work and code. Yeah, and I mean, at some point with these types of things, someone needs to sign off on it, so you can't just let it run wild. And then by the nature of AI is that it's working under like error margins, right? So there is a chance it can get messed up. I mean, you can make it better and better, but still, it's kind of, I don't know. I do have some weird moral quandaries, and you know that there are some issues with having self-driving cars and having like an error margin that people are okay with. Like, yeah, I get it. I get that it's better than human drivers, but that's still kind of scary. People are just pushing it, I guess. Capable originator, random. It has ECS. You should browse the repo, answer those questions. Could you not just write an add, edit, delete, add, and then write a handle drop-down operation? That would save the pain of me seeing copy. Yeah, like I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, there was a lot of like, okay, wait, let me think about what you're saying. Could you just write an enum, edit, delete, add, and then write handle drop-down operation? Enum. Add, journal. Let me think. Because okay, the main challenge I'm thinking, like, let me explain like my reasoning for this up to this point. So for like these, the drop-down add entry and edit entry, this one in particular, like this is unique, right? Like this actual like this is unique from the other, how do I say, the other widgets, right? The ones that like I do repeatedly, I already have them extracted. So these ones, this is like generic ones. Like we have one for like general text size, general text color, general text alignment, general, like these are the ones that like are common between the widgets, right? And then if you go to my initialization functions, I just reuse these. So actually, if I didn't do this, I'm pretty sure my code file would have already been like 4 or 5K lines of code. You know what I mean? How do I say to? Like this is already a serious abstraction over like I'm GUI code, because I'm GUI code, like to get this level of stuff without having abstracted like this would be like insane. But I will try to see your point, because let me take a look. Edit entry. Recalculate. Because yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty common. Like this is common. Well, actually, this one's different. These ones are different. This part's different. This is always the same, so I could abstract that part. This part is different per widget. So I would probably need to provide, like the one way I would think of it is you would, like if you want to abstract this, you would provide this. This is different, so I'd have to provide that either as a parameter or I do it externally from this function to do this check, right? And then this part is unique per widget modification, right? So if I was going to abstract this, I'd probably have to put this into like a lambda and then like call it, right? Which just moves the code to another place. It doesn't really solve anything. But I suppose one plus for that is that you can just define this part once and define this part once, and everything in the middle you would just provide as that lambda, and then you don't have to keep copying and pasting it there. Like I get that, yeah. But honestly, I prefer this because this isn't that many lines of code. This one, like this was already like this was a decent amount of code before. I'm already kind of abstracting it. And I think this is easier to read. I think I am still leaning onto what was it? The suggestion before about taking this code and making it into like a flat class hierarchy. I might do that though, because that way at least everything isn't just all flatly defined in this function. I do agree this is just messy. Like this is a giant. Like what even is the size of this class? Like what the hell? Let's see. Could you not write? That would you know that I just don't use it. There's you could parse enum and a simple switch statement. Yeah, like a switch statement that would execute it differently. So then like you would just have like a big switch statement right in the middle. I think that one I just prefer not to do that one, because I don't know. I don't want a giant switch statement with this. And again, like from here to here, this is all unique code. This one and this one are the only like ones that I'm really copying and pasting. So I think I prefer this. Yeah. And then the one nice benefit of this, I think, is if you go to the initialization function, which what the hell did I do? I'm kind of like I'm answering your question, but I'm also kind of like saying it to myself just to like make sure I'm getting it too. So I'm like, is that what I want? But no, yeah, I think this is what I want. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the main benefit, is that like you just have this like these little function pointers, and then when you're just perusing this, it's like, oh, look, what is this? You open it and you're like, oh, sure. And then you just modify it right here, right? Yeah. So I think I prefer that. Enum class the same as enum, except it's not dated. The class identifier makes it a scoped number table to making sure that it doesn't get. Yeah, and I like enum classes better because it's more strict on like it being, or I don't know, like like you have to like explicitly convert it. Like I think people don't like that, but I like that. It makes it like very clear when you're using it. But I guess it's just like a code preference kind of thing. Yeah. Your code's not type safe. Yeah, exactly. I do use the enum in like the base enum class. I mean, enum class. I do use the base enum somewhere. I think it's in the key code, but that's just because I like the syntax. And I'm not really getting like too like crazy about it being like individual type or whatever. Like this one you can just pass in easily, and it's just kind of like a number kind of vibe. This one's like a holdover from the General series, so but I like it. This is me being more of a C# developer these days. Yeah, they do have a lot of nice features with it. I've tried C# with like in a few contexts. It's nice. I do kind of want to try it with like the multi-platform support for like Android and Apple. It was in Maui. Is that the one? I know that one's kind of new, but it looks. Is that what it's called? I can't remember the name. But that one looks pretty cool. I want to try that at some point for like some app development. Just for fun. I don't know. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end of my stream. Let's go ahead and try and at least get this edit thing working. So I think this should work. The only thing left, really, is to, one, call the actual, like, render function. And then make sure that I open this pop-up. So that's a few things. So, because currently it won't draw. So let's do one at a time. Let's go get this rendering. That's in the draw function. Edit text. Yeah, I'm so excited to be done with this soon. So excited. Drop down edit. Yeah. Yeah, these names are ridiculous. I definitely need that like polymorphism for this, or inheritance or whatever. Okay, so this will actually draw the pop-up, right? So the only other consideration is actually opening the pop-up, right? We need to actually open it. So where do I do that again? I think I have the function down here somewhere. Let's see. So on drop down widget. Yeah, it's the tooltip. This is the one for the dialogue. We'll make one for the edit. These names are so similar. Kind of bothers me, but whatever. Alright, let's see. So both these are linked to the same thing, which is not good. We're going to do on drop down edit widget edit entry. There we go. Dialogue. There we go. Alright, let's go to the definition. We'll go ahead and copy this over, but it's going to be a bit different. Arguably this could just be a lambda, honestly, but I prefer it to be a bit more explicit. So we'll do the on edit pop-up. Yeah, these are getting ridiculous. And drop down yeah, this one. Yeah, I don't know why I have these named differently. I gotta fix that too. A lot of legacy code, I guess. Okay, then we set this as the appropriate handle, and then here we actually, I think that's it. Was there? Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and try it. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna catch up on the YouTube chat. It's pretty quiet on Twitch, so I guess it's mostly YouTube today. If you use enum instead of yep, this is me being spoiled. Yep, more of a C#. I mean, you know, feel it. Makes no difference on smaller projects, but a larger project requires type safety for proper scale. I can't talk. For proper scaling, it'll break under certain conditions. Yeah, I feel like bigger project is like, the bigger it gets, the more you want everything to be explicit. Because yeah, if you don't do that, it's going to get really hard to figure out what's going on. So therefore, enum is old. Don't use it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a different version of the previous enum. Again, I could find use cases for the old enum, but yeah, if you want it to be more of like what an enum is supposed to be, then yeah, the new one is better. Yeah, Maui, sorry for yeah, Maui, you heard about the one too. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. You could do both at the same time. I just don't know how that abstraction works with both, you know, Android and iOS. So that's got me curious. C# spoiled indeed. I only code in C++ for security. It has no hacked up 0 day, and yes, I will take it for free if it saves me money. I mean, I suppose. Well, it's to high level. You wouldn't write a game engine in C# due to interpolation overhead. Well, I mean, I have seen people write game engines in C#. I mean, of course, there is issues with it being like an IL language, and I'm not gonna act like I know like everything about it, but you know, garbage collection. There's a little bit of overhead with it, but yeah, I think I remember it was a Murder Engine uses C#. I think they wrote their framework on top of was it? I was supposed to say Mono. Is it Mono Game? I think that's what it's called. It's like a C# framework for like engines. It's kind of like if you like, it's kind of like Raylib, I guess, but for C#. Or yeah, I can't remember the name, but yeah, I've seen people do it. It is very nice for UI. I'll give it that. C#. As a matter of fact, hacking C# and modding it are the same thing. So last year I was working on an automated C# hacking script that auto-downloaded all the tools and hacked it for you. Batch. I recommend against it. 2D game engines are mostly fine in C#. Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of examples out there nowadays. And also, I guess it just depends on what you're trying to do, right? What's your scope? I mean, as long as it builds the game that you're like thinking about, like you might not need all the performance all the time. Oh wait, I'm be right back. All right. Oh, tripping on stuff. All right, I am back. Some food. I'll eat it in a moment. I think the stream's gonna end in a little bit, so I might, since I'm streaming less, I might extend my stream lengths a bit more. Maybe next week. I'll stay a little bit longer. Introducing hitching, but you're going to have, Adam said, but you're going to have the original script. Hitching, smoothing, or what game design is all about. 38, hold up 44, I'm doing since age 19, so you're not. Oh, show. I mean, I feel like the newbie here, but I've been working on this for like, what, 2 years? I don't know, but before this I was doing like a medical field type of thing. So yeah, this whole thing's pretty, I mean, I did finish a degree, but like when I started the degree, that was like, I had already done like a lot of the GE classes. So it was really just me doing the major classes for the CS. So I just spent 2 years clearing that up. So yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see if this works. Let's see if this thing works. User interface. And I mean, I respect it because I always see like on a lot of the streamers, they pop on, they're like, I have like 15 years experience in the industry. I'm just like, god damn. do your thing, my man. I just know how to hack things together up until this point, so I don't know. All right, here we go. So you can well, okay, it's not filling with the correct data. That's probably an issue. We'll do an entry name. So this should modify this one. So let's go ahead and do that. Yep, it does the thing. Okay, the only issue is that it's not being fed with the correct name. So I think I just need to fix that really quick. Let's go ahead and close this. How do I address that? I'm trying to think. Oh, my brain. I want to set it. Where do I want to set it? I guess on pop-up. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's the on pop-up. What am I talking about? It's here. I'm literally here. Okay. Edit entry. So here we set the this whole deal, right? And the other thing is that you want to modify the name to match the current entry. Ooh, I gotta be careful here because I gotta do a few checks to make sure it's valid. Iteration, huh? Oh, wait. Okay, so I have the iteration information here from the entry.muser handle, so that's fine. I need to query the... What do I need to query? I can either query the actual data itself, but that's going to be a lot of going through some hoops. I guess I could just query the table itself. Just go with that. Or not the table, the list. Thing is, if I query the list, if I mess with the list or anything, it's going to break. And it might be better just to retrieve the information from the actual source, just so, yeah, if I modify it later, I don't break things. Yeah, I'll just get it from the source. Let's see. Alright, let's see. YouTube, Jason. Been a while since I've done a full on game dev, as I started dev went around 14 and a half months. Oh, no, 14 of half life, one mod. Then ran my own games company. Now moved on to leave dev on some based work. Gov contract, I got you. I started game design, making maps for Return to Castle Wolfstein in 2000. On my boss's computer. Yeah, on Wolfstein, dang. You're bringing me back to my childhood, jeez. Doing on him was impossible. He ran car wash, everything. Damn, yeah, you guys have been like doing the things. I don't know. I'm hoping at some point I can get my. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think my like profile, like my like this project is good enough to like apply for like engine design, or do you think I need to do a lot more? I might need to focus in on certain topics, right? The only thing I can really push is like maybe like engine UI at the moment if I was applying for a job. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty ignorant of the whole thing. Modify the name to match the current entry. Okay. Modify the name to match the current entry. I'm just trying to think. For some reason my brain is like blanking on how to get this information. Okay, I think we'll do something like this. Yeah, basically this. Ensure the index is valid and get the indicated single line text. Let's see. Revalidate. Let me see. Oh, if they have that, yeah. You were smashing LSI. It's all about doing what you're doing these days. Put yourself out there, get seen. I don't think you'll have an issue finding a job. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just keep trucking along, but yeah, that comment makes me feel better. Thanks, Jason. I don't know, I just don't really have a frame of reference. I just started coding, you know? Knows when you code sharing your screen, everything goes wrong, you suddenly can't program. Yeah, like, I've been kind of, like, I guess dealing with that with the Twitch streams where, like, I don't know, like, I'll feel confident one day, and then the other day I'll feel like, I don't know, you know? So sometimes it's good for me to have, like, the days off where I can kind of code off stream. And I can really focus in on a hard problem. But it's also nice having, like, the conversation about the things. And getting that practice. Yeah, again, I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about the whole thing. But yeah, I appreciate it though. Okay, so I'm stopped here because I don't know if I really want to copy and paste this code over just to like do that one thing. It just seems silly. Okay, I'm just gonna do it for now, I guess. Yeah, I don't love it, but I guess I have to. Maybe. I'm just gonna put like a to-do here saying like, please, like, do something about this. This is disgusting. This copying and pasting hurts me. But I just want to see it work, so. Yeah, I'll put this up here. Okay, so we're gonna check for the widget, get the underlying widget in the option list, still throw an error if it's not available, yada yada yada, you know. Ensure that the index is valid, yep, so I want to do this, make sure, specify the name, get the text widget, yep, okay, now we do the thing. So instead of doing this, we're gonna get this one. And basically just do the opposite. Bruh, what's wrong? Is it because this is, oh, duh, yeah. Current option. Okay, let's try that and see. Let's see, just Jason Kettle, you should feel confident. All coders have their own way of doing things and their own personal style. You shouldn't take others to heart. And as it is a personal preference a lot of the time. Yeah. I try to like, because I mean, I don't know, like there's like, I guess like a line where it's like, there's constructive criticism, there's like just normal like suggestions, then there's just people being straight up mean, and then like, you know, but yeah, I think just like streaming, I feel like I've been trying to figure out like where to toe that line with that, because I do get it even when there's like negative like way of saying something, that there is probably some seeds of like a valid argument inside of that, right? Even when people are just being, but at that point it's like if someone's just being like rude, like you gotta, you know. That's another thing I kind of been just like wrestling in my mind with this whole like streaming thing, so. But yeah, there's definitely people who have like different backgrounds too, like they'll come from like a different like origin too, or like they have their own like I see a lot of people who come from like web dev too, and then they'll have like a specific like way of like putting together things. Like they know they love their dependency injection. And I get that's good for testing. I feel like I should do that more in some cases. But I feel like engine development is just such a specific thing. And yeah, otherwise, yeah, I definitely agree. People have like a lot of different coding styles. Okay. I think I am finishing up my stream. Let's just see if this works. Hey, there we go. A new entry. Okay, and then we can abracadabra. Hey, okay. So I think that's good for me today. I know I didn't get like a ton done, but I did get some basic CRUD operations working with this. Again, I don't really see this being the main API for like adding options. Like you could modify them here and then visualize them here, but I think I just want to have it here, and then the main way people will like add drop-down options is through the scripts. But I still want to make sure that this works, right? So that, you know, you can modify it here and visualize it. So the next thing with this drop-down thing is, I mean, maybe add like a move up and move down option. That would be cool. And then after that, just get it rendering, and that'll be it. After that, maybe add some scripting integration, but I'm not going to get too far into that until I actually am working with it. I want to see how it works when I'm like using it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's good progress. I'll do some more coding off stream, and then I'll do the normal thing. I'll go ahead and show you guys where I get with it. Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and stop here. I'll go ahead and commit real quick. Let's see. On drop-down widgets, edit entry tooltip, edit entry dialog. Yeah. So add delete / edit options for modifying option list in the new drop-down runtime UI widget in UI editor properties panel .cpp/h. And what did I do in the tree panel? I kind of forgot. Select tool to, oh, I just, yeah, I'm not mentioning that. What else did I do here? Oh yeah, I added some spacing, right? So, minor, add small spacing at the top of popups in editor UI.cp. And then I'll also say, what was the other one? I guess I'm taking a break right now. I'm just finishing up. Let's see, 100%. Let's see. Let's see, Jason Kettle, amazing stream. 100%. I love Margin as web dev. Yeah. No, I mean, I'd love to get into web. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of already tied to engine dev, but I don't know. The whole software engineering thing is interesting. A lot of different paths you can take, right? Sorry for the distractions. You're smashing it. No. Like, what is it? Yeah. Again, I changed my like way that I go about my streams. Where nowadays I'm more like I'm not really like expecting to like get like a ton done on the stream. I'm just working on it, and then what is it? Like I'm mostly like here to like chat and everything, and then off stream I'll do like my serious work, where like I'll really get some stuff done. Yeah, no, it was nice to have the conversations with everyone. I appreciate y'all coming by. Yeah, I'm just kind of figuring out the whole streaming thing, so I think I'm not gonna mention that one change. It seems so minor. Yeah, that's fine. It's kind of like a general thing I should be adding anyways. So add more CRUD operations for drop down widgets. Yeah, and hopefully by next stream I'll have the chat fixed on the screen so everyone can see what everyone's saying. Add more CRUD operations for drop down widget in runtime. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll go ahead and push that off stream. I'm not gonna push to Pong. It's not enough really to like write home about with that. I don't think I modified anything, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So yeah, game code I'm gonna leave alone. Progress board I'll update later. Didn't really do anything. The next stream should be on Monday. I have been kind of erratic about like my streams recently, but I'm trying to figure out a schedule because I still got some stuff I got to deal with like off stream. So I'll figure it out, but I will still be coding and getting this stuff done. So if you're curious, you can always check on the dev branch and see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. So I appreciate everyone coming by on YouTube, on Twitch. Y'all, if you chatted or if you didn't, or if you didn't, I appreciate y'all coming by and just watching the stream. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for today. So hope you have a good day or night if you're watching this on stream or if you're watching this as a YouTube video. And that's gonna be it. All right, later. For sure, Regent. Good night. Later, Jason. For sure. All right, I'll see you guys later.